us through Florida State game, what you thought of the defensive performance.
Yeah, I think we played a really good game. Anytime you can, get turnovers and get off the field on third down. For us, the big three things is, generating turnovers, stopping the run, and getting off the field on third down. And I felt like we did that, and it showed in the performance. Also, obviously, things you can clean up, kind of down the stretch, giving up a touchdown late. The first drive was some miscommunication errors, giving up that touchdown as well. But holding the 14 points, and so good performance, and something to build on for this upcoming week.
What did you see on your interception, and maybe also your celebration, trying to get the ball to your family? Were you able to get another one? I think I heard the Florida State.
I think we the ACC, or I think the Florida State ball guy took the ball, but just Ken, my man, ended up being in good position to where I could look back for the ball, and then the ball was there, so kind of just tried to get it. You don't get many opportunities to really get interceptions, so you got to try to maximize it, and so was able to catch it. And I remember all last year, Zay's mom had like 6 or however many interceptions they had, so told my mom I had to get her something, and so tried to get her one on this past week. But I think she's gonna end up getting the ball some way somehow. So yes, sir.
This defense now leads the nation in takeaways and touchdowns, I believe, as well. How have you seen this group grow, and how much pride do you take in what you all have been doing?
Yeah, Coach Simons tells us all the time. Anytime you get any turnover, interception, fumble recovery, like don't go out of bounds. Like a lot of us played some sort of offense, whether that was in high school or whatever the case may be. So everybody in here all thinks we can play offense. Kobe thinks he's a running back. E-Rob think he can play tight end. Like Zay and Cross think they can play receiver. So like all of us try to show what we can do with the ball in our hands. And so I think we take pride in that, showing Coach what we can do, but also trying to make a good play a great play, and that's really what happens when you can put the ball in the end zone as a defense.
Kobe did look like a running back.
Yeah, exactly. He's been telling us since he came in. He was like, man, I played running back in high school, so we seen a couple of it. He had a hurdle, 2 broken tackles, so yeah, he's doing his thing.
Were you on the field for that play?
I was. Yeah, so I had blitzed from the boundary, kind of was in a mush of everybody. I seen him getting, I think it was number 1, was trying to strip the ball away, so thought he was finna get tackled. Then I seen him hop out of it. Then I seen him truck Ahmad Moses. Then I seen him hurdle Ahmad Moses, and I'm like, oh, he about to score. And so me and CJ hustled to try to get number 40 off the field, and then he ended up getting off, and then Kobe puts it in the end zone. But I couldn't even celebrate with them. I was so tired. I was breathing hard. They had the bottles popping, and I'm just sitting on the bench like, oh my Lord. So yeah, it was a very, very crazy play, long play. But kudos to Kobe for finishing and putting it in the end zone.
What are you seeing from Louisville, especially their quarterback? I think he's thrown 11 touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
1 interception. This year he's been pretty strong.
Yeah, so yeah, 7th-year guy. I played him actually my sophomore year when I was at Stanford, and he was at Oregon that COVID season. So similar qualities to what I'd seen back then. Highly touted coming out of high school, seasoned guy. Doesn't really take a lot of chances in turning the ball away. Takes pride in taking care of the ball. They run an efficient offense, want to run the ball, want to take their shots when they can, have talented receivers at the skill position. So I think it's a great challenge for us in the back end, and in the obviously our front 7 stopping that run with the talented stable of backs that they got. I think they got around 3 to 4 guys that can all go. So I think it's going to be a really talented offense and a very seasoned quarterback.
What has kind of this week looked up like? What have you guys been focusing on, kind of in anticipation for the next game?
Yeah, I think it's similar to every other game. Kind of just clean up the mistakes you made from Saturday, and kind of shift your focus and try to cater to things that what they want to do well and we can take away. So for us, continuing to focus on tackling, continuing to focus on situational defense, continuing to focus on changing personnels and all of these things, and tendencies that we can harp down on. So I think that's kind of what the kind of big focus is always on us going into games, and polishing up things that we've made mistakes on, whether that was last week or previously in the season as well.
What does kind of communication look like between yourself, other defensive backs? Well, it seems like there's become this really strong
Yeah, I think we all, you know, no matter who's out there, we're all supporting one another, and I think that's the biggest thing. You want to have a culture that's competitive but not combative, and so I think that's something that Coach Simons has done really well. Grizz has done through in the summer and the off season of putting us in situations to where we're competitive with one another, but also understanding that whoever's out on the field is the best for the team at that time. So I think we're all at a stage. Me, Ahmad, CJ, Zay, where we're all supporting one another. We, play video games with one another outside of, the facility. We have a relationship with one another. So it's not just football with us. It's like we're a brotherhood, we're family. And so that's something that we definitely lean on. So when you get on the field, that communication is easy because, whether that's I mess up and they're getting on to me, I understand it's not personal. It's coming from a place of accountability. It's coming from a place of love and what they want, what's best for the defense, but also what's best for me, and vice versa. If anybody gets on anybody else throughout the team, and so I think we've instilled a great culture of being competitive and not combative, and I think you see that throughout the entirety of the team, but in the back end for us especially.
How have you seen Brandon Crossley kind of grow into his new role? It seems to be thriving out there at cornerback.
Yeah, Cross played corner, I want to say when we was in high school, so I knew how talented he was. That throws back to a long way. We both 6 years, so that was a long time ago. But he's done a great job. A lot of guys in that corner room look up to him. Last year, he was a captain, but before that, when I came in, he had a voice on the team and everybody respected him. And so going into that room where there's quote unquote less experience, right, with guys like AJ and guys like Smoke, Cross is a veteran guy that kind of shows them how to go about, practice, how to go about playing in games, how to go about, film study, and how to just be a pro. And I think he's done a great job of leading that room and doing that, and also, putting really good stuff on tape as well.
Good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good, man.
Thank y'all.